Hello and welcome to the Flyer Flight Time for Monday, February 29th. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Peyton.
Parent-teacher conferences will be held in the Commons tonight from 3:45 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. It's a great way for your parents to see how well you're obviously doing in your classes. Art Club will be there selling pizza for $2 a slice.
The robotics team will participate in an international FRC competition this weekend in Duluth. There will be 123 teams from all around the world participating, including one team from Australia, mate. We wish them the best of luck.
The submission period for the Day of Caring t-shirt design contest is nearly over. The designs can be hand-drawn or digitally created. You cannot use copyrighted images in your design. Your design must include the date, May 4th, 2016, our school, LFCHS, and the name, Day of Caring. You can only use 2 colors for your design, and yes, black does count as a color. The t-shirt does not need to be white, but please include your idea for a shirt color with your submission. If selected, your design could win you $50. All entries must be turned into the guidance office by this Wednesday, March 2nd. And you know, Peyton, I think that it's a wonderful thing that the school gives us an opportunity like this.
Yeah, I have to agree. And speaking of wonderful opportunities, there are some cool summer programs for juniors can apply this month. Junior Girls, the American Legion Auxiliary, is seeking applicants for their annual American Legion Auxiliary Girls State in St. Paul. For Junior Boys, the American Legion has a separate called American Legion Boys State in Marshall. Both of these are training programs centered in learning skills as well as learning about government systems and rights and privileges, responsibilities for franchise citizens. If you're interested, girls should see Mrs. Grant and boys should see Mrs. Mackinac for applications. These applications are due by the end of the month.
There may not be much going on for activities this week, but there are spring activities meetings this Wednesday. We now turn to special guest anchor Austin Southers for our activities report.
Thank you, guys. Wrapping up the winter sports season, the girls basketball team begins section playoffs, the quarterfinals on Wednesday, March 2nd. Also on Wednesday, we have spring sports meetings. The track team will be meeting in the math science lecture hall, baseball in Mr. Katitz's science room, and if you're interested in softball, the meeting will be held in Miss Ya's science room. Boys golf will be meeting in the media center. If you're interested in joining a spring sport, remember that you must have a current physical. They're good for 3 years. If you need to know the date of your physical on file, check with the activities office. Also remember to complete your sports registration form if you have not already filled it out this year. Sports fees are $75 for a high school sport. All paperwork, physicals, and fees are due the week of practice. That's all for activities. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Austin. Our Holla today is not wacky as it is uncommon. If you haven't already noticed, February didn't end on the 28th this year. Let's find out more.
You've probably heard something about 2016 being a leap year and today being leap day, but do you really know what that means or why we have it? Here's the facts. A year is generally expressed on our calendar as 365 days. However, it takes 365.2425 days to actually have the Earth revolve around the sun. Since we can't add slightly more than a quarter of a day to our calendar, leap day occurs once every 4 years to adjust. However, to be exact as possible, we don't observe leap years on years divisible by 100 unless they're also divisible by 400. Ancient Romans were the first people to suggest the concept of a leap day as a way to fix the offset of our calendar. Considering how today is February 29th, I think we still use something similar to that today. Leap day has always been considered somewhat of a spectacle in several cultures because it's so abnormal that we get to observe it. Some cultures have special ways of celebrating this. Since the 5th century, it's been customary in Ireland for women to propose marriage to men instead of the other way around. In Denmark and Finland, women also propose to men, except if a man denies the marriage proposal, they have to buy her 12 pairs of gloves in order to cover up her ringless fingers. In Greece, it's considered unlucky to wed on leap day altogether. Superstitious types think that it might be a bit unlucky to be born on leap day. However, some think that it might actually be lucky to be born on leap day also, considering you only have a 1 in 1,461 chance of actually being born on February 29th. But regardless, however you view leap day, whether it be a symbol of unluckiness or just another mandatory day of the year, you can't deny that leap day is something special.
If you were born on leap day, your birthday is generally expressed as March 1st on off years. The Summer Olympics also happen to occur on every leap year. And what else is really interesting, if you haven't noticed, is leap year occurs on every presidential election in the US. It is also important to mention that March is Music in Our Schools Month, so make sure to thank your choir and our band instructor for their dedication. Otherwise, that's all for today. I'm Peyton.
And I'm Jesse, and we'll see you next time on the Fly Time.